Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We've got something a little out of the ordinary today, and that is a Lularoe video that we're reacting to. I recently happened upon a bunch of videos from the 2024 gathering of Lularoe consultants, sellers, retailers, whatever they call themselves.
Sounds like a cult gathering.
It's just too good not to include at least one of the videos on my channel, and we're gonna get right the fuck into it. But first, we need the disclaimer. If you're new here, you might not be aware that I was in Lularoe. I was a serial MLM participant, multi-level marketing, and Lularoe is an MLM / network marketing company / pyramid scheme is what some people would refer to it as. I joined back in February of 2018, and then when I found out I was pregnant with my second son in April, I realized I needed to get out of that shit show, and I quickly exited because that is about the time that all of the shit started to go down that was aired on these Lularoe documentaries and whatnot, and I was out by August of 2018. Thank the Lord.
Praise him.
I was able to sell off all of my stuff. But anyway, if you're not familiar with them, like I said, they are an MLM, but they are required to carry inventory, and the inventory that they carry is clothing. You might remember the buttery soft leggings. That is what they basically blew up over. They were originally introduced with their maxi skirts, but the leggings are really, in my opinion, what really put their name out there and made them a bigger name. Anyway, if you haven't seen any of the documentaries, I highly recommend watching them. It is very true to what was going on within Lularoe. Somehow they're still around. They're still in business. People are still joining. People are still selling their shit and wearing it. Don't know why. And so we have an interview, sort of a Lularoe retailer up on stage at this event, and we're gonna get right into it right the fuck now.
So funny story about Devin and I. We have a connection. And
he's my Uber driver.
Yeah, I became her Uber driver when it was EDC. Like no, what was
Kansas.
it?
We were in Kansas City.
That's right.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Kansas City. There you go.
No,
it was a late flight, right?
Yeah, we arrived like within 10 minutes, and I was like, "Hey, Kenny, is there any chance that I could like just catch a ride with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, no big deal." And so then I like went live in a group chat, and I was like, "Yeah, you guys, there's this like kind of scrawny guy with some long hair, and I don't know if I should really trust him and get in this car." And then I sent a picture of Kenny, and they're like, "You brat." That wasn't the word that was used, but we'll keep it PG today.
It was like 1 a.m. It was so late. It was like
I think it was like 11 p.m.
Yeah,
and like we were waiting on bags, and then that was the first time I'd ever heard of Turo. So
and there's no Uber. There was nothing out, and it was like so we got
City.
to get to know each other a little bit more, and that was cool. That was great.
Yeah, it was great. We got to spend a half an hour just like heart to heart talking about like where's my life, where's his life, where's Jill, the kids, all of the things.
All the things.
So
all the things. We're starting it off strong with one of the #1 MLMer terms used.
Yeah. Well, I wanted you to come on stage today because I want you to share some things that we've talked about before. And I think a lot of you would relate to Devin.
I have to say it. This room probably looks like a bunch of grown adults wearing Garanimals.
Terrific. Garanimals for grown-ups.
If you've never seen Garanimals, I don't know if they still have it, but I used to put my kids in it all the time. Garanimals was the mix and match clothes that you can get from Walmart, and they were for kids, and that's what these fucking clothes look like. They look like Garanimal clothes. Anyway.
In some way, shape, or form, or whatever.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
No, it's great. But tell us really quick, like how long you been a retailer, where you from?
Hi, my name is Devin. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm 37. 37, like, I'm just kidding. ASL, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Dating myself there. No, so my name is Devin. I do come from Wisconsin. I'm married to a dirty, stinky potato farmer who looks just like Woody Harrelson. Yeah, he really does. So I have a background in business. I actually grew up in a pack and play behind the counter of my dad's retail store. So I have this business background where like literally, I mean, like people will come in, because because we no longer own the store. My dad passed away in 2014. But they'd be like, I've seen your father change your diaper on the counter. And I'm like, great, please don't tell that story ever again. Like, but so like it was in my blood. And then I went to school for business.
Wait a fucking minute.
Oh my God, this woman is educated in business and joined Lularoe. Ma'am, you have so much potential. Please leave Lularoe now.
Evacuate! Abort! Abort!
And finance major, and graduated in 2010 during the financial crisis. And as women in the room, you guys can all relate to this. It was one of those industries, finance is, where women's value isn't seen. So number one, I was young. Number two, I was female. I was not seen as a resource or an expert. And I was like, you know what? I don't enjoy this. I miss working with people. I miss working and coaching and developing a team. And so I went back to family video. And if you guys have ever seen Stranger Things, you know what that is. So, but it was really cool because like during 2010, like, you know, there weren't a ton of jobs and people were, it was hard to get experience. And so they had an externship program. So you got paid to learn to coach and develop a team. Well, that ended up making me move to different towns. And I also like, I've had a business background multiple times, you know, worked in corporate. I've worked in HR as well. And then we have a potato farm. And for a while there, it was tough. So like my dad, and this is something that Kenny and I have kind of like, you know, we've had the same connection. Like we've both lost our dads. And so like, you know, my dad was larger than life. And some of you guys have heard me talk about him and like how great and amazing of a man he was. And so I went from Woody's daughter to Kyle's wife. But who was Devin? And I found myself through Lularoe.
So often I hear women fall into the MLM trap and being recruited because they don't know who they are. And through watching other people and going through it myself, that's a really great way to end up losing yourself even further because you think you now own this business and you're a retailer and all of this stuff. But Deanne and Mark still hold everything over your head and they still have all of the control in the world of your Lularoe business. So I think this is a dangerous way to approach rediscovering yourself. You should rediscover yourself through traveling, through eating, through reading, eat, pray, love, you know?
It's like they read Eat, Pray, Love and just ran with it.
That's how you rediscover yourself, not through joining a multi-level marketing company, in my opinion, of course.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, economically, you don't have to do Lularoe. Like, I mean, you got this potato farm and this thing going on. But
No,
you choose it,
yeah,
right?
Yes. Yeah. And I do choose it. And
See what he did there? He coached her into saying she chose Lularoe because she wanted to, but she doesn't need it financially. It's clear that there is some level of reliability on the income that she's making through Lularoe by the way she answered that.
like part of the reason why Kenny asked me to come up as well is if you guys were at kickoff in January,
Tell us about that.
you guys may remember me crying. And it's because I was in a point in my business where, like, I say this to my husband as well, like, pretend you're Kyle right now. Like, Kyle, I will always love you, but God damn it, I really don't like you right now.
Welcome to marriage.
Like, tell me you guys have never had those moments with your spouse or your children or your family. Like, I was in that moment with my business. And it took me a while to realize, like, I'm the only one that can control that. So why am I doing these dumb things that I don't enjoy? Why don't I find what brings me joy?
Let's stop there for a second, though. Go back. Go back to that time in January. Yeah. Like, what were you feeling and what, tell us more about that. Dig into that really quick because I know.
He's like, I want you to cry so that people feel things and get trapped into Lularoe further.
Just so I know some of you, you're like, why am I still here? Why do I keep doing this? You know, and you're asking those questions and you're like, I didn't know if I was coming to this event, but I'm here. Someone invited me and made me come.
This is a red flag.
I really want you to dig into
Yeah.
why you showed up, but why you felt that way. And then we'll talk about like where you've been.
Okay, so
where you're
there's
going.
If you go to a convention and one of the things that they say on the stage is,
I know a lot of you are wondering why you're still even trying, why you're still even here.
please take that as a red flag and leave the room. Never look back.
there's this concept of working on versus working in. And so working on your business is things that are going to help your business grow. So, finding new customers, booking pop-ups, getting out and creating events, things that are going to make you grow. Working in your business is shipping, posting, deleting inventory, things like that. I was in this like downward spiral of just working in and not working on. And working on and being creative and finding ideas, that sparks my joy. And so like for a while there, I was like, I'm just stuck doing the same junk over and over again. And I was like, I need to change it up, like.
Who can relate? Raise your hand. Let's see. Who can relate? Yeah, right? A little
Those
monotony.
of you that don't raise your hand, I know you're lying.
A Groundhog's Day kind of feeling, right?
Yeah, like it was just like,
Yeah.
it just kept like wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat.
Lather, rinse, and repeat. Always repeat.
And what was going to change it up? Like I needed that new sparkly dress to make me feel good. Yeah. And so what was that dress? Well, it's getting back out and doing events.
So from January kickoff, I mean, you were emotionally drained.
Yeah.
You were trying to figure things out.
And for anyone that had to deal with me in January, like, I'm sorry. I was not a fun person to be around.
We're happy you're here still because you are a fun person.
Sometimes. Sometimes I'm feral.
So
She seems like such a fun lady. She'd probably be good at legit like content creation, making videos. Just wish these people would think outside the box. Don't lower yourself to that. I just feel like so many people who get trapped in MLMs are so stuck in thinking like it's either I go and I work this dreaded 9 to 5 or I figure out how to make this work for me. But those are the only two options. That's not the case. There's so many options out there right now. So many different things you can do with your life. Just wish more people would open their eyes to that, I guess, or explore more before jumping on the MLM bandwagon.
I'm not
Yeah.
joking, guys. Like, that's one of the things that's brought me
her.
joy as well, is like, I love being feral. So I'm doing what I want in
do
my
we need
life.
a shirt that just says feral on it now? I mean,
Yes.
like, we'll name it the Devon.
Can we please get a live that says in my feral girl era?
A salty one. Yeah, we have those days, right?
Yeah. But like, it's more than just being feral. It's the fact that I'm owning what I want. I like to garden. So someone said this the other day, our generation is not having midlife crisis anymore. We've just gone right to grandma mode.
Don't worry, it's not your generation.
Yeah. But we are canning. It's completely okay to crochet. If you want to sit on your
look at it.
couch and read books, yes, sourdough. Who loves some smut novels?
That perverted adult smut.
I mean, for real. This is all so true. She needs to get off of the Lularoe stage and get onto TikTok, Instagram. She's got a personality on her. And that's probably why she's been in Lularoe for so long and has been successful, if that is the case, is because she is charismatic and she is able to interact with a crowd. A lot of people that go into this type of business are not that type of person. And this is the type of person that you have to be successful in sales. However, they're still focusing on the recruitment aspect in Lularoe, so it really doesn't matter. She needs to get out of Lularoe and do something else. She'd be so great at other things.
And Kenny is like, I'm never inviting Devin back
Not
on
at all.
stage.
I love this because everyone's going, amen. Right?
But there's also a reason they brought me after lunch, because they knew that I would make you all wake up.
That's right. You got you there.
But it's just living our lives unapologetically us. Yeah. And so I also love to terrorize my husband. The other day, I'm not joking, if this was the wall, I laid on the floor like this and was like, hi, what are you doing? And he came around the corner and he's like, holy shit, what are you doing there? Beep. Just wanted to see if you were still awake. I'm sorry. But that literally was his reaction. Like, but like, you know, like little things like that, like I spend all day planning it and then he gets home and I'm like so excited to do this and it brings me so much joy.
That's it though. Joy, right?
Yeah. So what can we do in our businesses that do the same thing?
Yeah.
So like I did a live the other day. Okay, maybe it was a few weeks ago. But it was called Bug Attack. What did I do? I had a whiteboard and I ordered these like gross little plastic bugs and taped it on there, and then I got a fly swatter, and every time you grabbed an item, I swat a bug and we attacked that bug, and there was a prize behind it. And like, but I mean, it was timely because of the cicadas, it's timely because there's mosquitoes.
Bugs everywhere.
And so like it was just like something that was dumb and fun, and it brought joy to me, and it brought joy to my customers, and it brought money into my pocket because then they want to shop.
There you go.
I really have nothing bad to say right now. She's really good at entertaining, and she's explaining how she did the sale and how she did her discounts. However, if she's watching this, I encourage you to leave Lularoe and start your own boutique. Why do we have to join Lularoe? Why? Their clothes are ugly. I'm sorry. I'm telling you the truth. They're not going to get cuter ever. You can start your own boutique and do the same thing online that you're doing now and probably be even more successful because you have full say in the stuff that you carry. You have full say in how your business is run. Of course, you have laws and regulations according to where you live and whatnot, but you would have full say in everything in your business. You could pick the designs. You can design it yourself. Hell, why not? But don't go with Lularoe's ugly designs and recruiting aspects to be successful.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, I wasn't showing up for myself. Like I wasn't showing up for my customers. There was a live. So sorry guys, I'm gonna get a little TMI, whatever. I have celiac. I was supposed to do a live with JoJo and I didn't feel good. And I told my girls, like, guys, we refer to it as the crappening. Like if all of a sudden I'm gone, it's because the crappening has occurred. Like I need to go.
I gotta go poop.
But at the same time, like my group, like, you guys, be honest, be raw, be real. That's...
Yes, girl. I love it. The crappening. This is great. I feel like this is a great change of pace. I'm just agreeing with everything she's saying.
What are we even doing here?
What the f*** is happening?
That's what this is with your group. Like, you have to do that. And, like, who expected me to talk about this on stage?
We need this, right? Yeah, keep going.
But, like... They rallied. They were like, we're going to shop as hard as we can, as fast as we can, in case you have to disappear. You're still okay. And then it got weird, and we started talking about selling feet pics so that we could afford pants. And like, but it was just so much fun. And you guys, these lives, the weirder I get, the more I sell. Be real with your people because they don't want to buy from a robot that says, buy this, buy this, buy this. They want the person that's going to whack a bug or play Boom Boom Pang. Like I think we did, it was called Boom Boom Sparkle. It was like a wheel spin game. My wheel bites me every time and I swear at it, but my customers love it. So I keep bringing it back out and I hate it, but we do it because it results in sales. Right. So.
It seems like you got out of that funk from January.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe just a little.
So some people here may be in that funk right now.
Yeah.
So can you give them a little bit of like, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what I did. And this is where I'm going now.
Dig deep.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Dig deep.
No, figure out what brings you joy. Like for me, like it's being goofy. It's being unexpected. Like I want to be the ray of sunshine in someone's day. And so, but I also just want to terrorize my husband. So like he does not know what to expect.
Let's just address how rude the people in the crowd are being. Because what the fuck, man? Pay attention. She's talking.
Stop being rude.
If we're just going to agree with her, I'm calling the people out in the crowd now. Turn your head around, lady, and listen to what she's saying.
She laid on the ground.
Yeah.
One more example of terrorizing husband.
Oh, okay. So I ordered.
They want to know how to terrorize their husbands first before they hear about how to make their business better.
So I ordered 2 Nerf guns. And I stuck them in one outside the back door. And I said, I have mine. Come find me. Yeah, and I was on top of the fridge. So yes, queen.
Love that. Love that for her. I love this. What am I doing? There are other Lularoe trainings that I will react to, but this one, she's just so fun.
You were on top of the fridge?
Yeah.
Like you were
Yeah. I was perched up there.
like with a gun?
Yeah.
Like ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come by me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get it? Everyone's gonna go, what is Kenny doing? I need a Nerf gun. Who has one?
So,
It's all good.
Or so we have the potato farm. So like I a lot of times get stuck helping on the farm as well. Sometimes I enjoy it, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
But like I was the other day, he had to go check. So we lost power. And do you guys know what a sump pump is? Yep. Yeah. So we essentially have a sump pump out in the field that sucks the extra water out of the field and shoots it out because potatoes will drown if they're underwater for too long. So we lost power. The sump pump didn't kick on, so Kyle had to like go out there and reset it. And so I took a video of him running because he was doing the Captain Jack Sparrow run across the field. And then I made him do it again 3 more times so that I can turn it into a reel. But he's like, yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. But like, like little things like that, like they bring me joy. Like, but I also like, I try to cook lunch for the employees every few weeks. And, but yeah, Kyle just like, if he like was in this room right now, he'd be mortified because he knows like the next thing that I really want to do is I want to like paint camo on my face.
Okay, let's take a break. Like I said, this was a Lularoe event where they were supposed to be receiving training. And this is a speaker that was supposed to give them some type of training or something. To me, this just feels like I'm watching a podcast of people having a conversation. This is giving nothing in terms of, it's giving everything in terms of entertainment and being entertaining. It's giving nothing in terms of how to run a successful Lularoe business.
And then like wait for him to go to bed and then just like stand there next to him like real creepy and wait for him to wake up.
This is too good.
10 years. 10 years. We also I also love to put camo on and then I run through the house saying, "You can't see me." Like,
can we see you do that live one time? We'll just do it on the retailer community page.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
you guys think about things like that. You can channel it into your group. Like, put something on camo and then be like, "Oh, you guys can't see me." And then dumb stuff like that. But I also try to bring it into events as well. Like,
I can see how she would think that's great advice. And I think it is if you're an individual who does have the charisma like her, the stamina, the energy, the entertaining aspect like she does. But a lot of people, most people do not have that. They do not possess those qualities that make them captivating and entertaining to watch and buy from and all of those things. It's not as easy as just flipping a switch and saying, you have to do it how I do it, and then you're going to be successful. So that's a huge problem that we see when we're talking about MLMs and the success of one person compared to another person. You have to look at their personalities and their character traits when you're trying to decide if you have the right character traits for said business opportunity, quote unquote, aka pyramid scheme, allegedly, in my opinion.
We talk about things and I try to inject humor in everything that I do. If you guys clearly notice. So the Hope bodysuit, I always have those hanging near the end of a rack when I'm at an event because someone will look and touch at it because I think it's a swimsuit. And I'm like, no, it's a bodysuit. And it sucks and tucks and hides all your hail damage. And people have to think about that for a second. And they're like, oh my God, for real? And I'm like, yeah, go try one on. It's totally cool. Go try that on. But, just bringing humor. And even if you guys don't think that you're a funny person, because there are times where I don't, it depends on the group of people that I'm with. Sometimes I'm the quiet, shy one, believe it or not. But sometimes you just have to channel your inner weirdo and let them out.
Okay, that's just a personality trait. That's not a tangible action step.
I saw her at January kickoff, and this is not the Devin I saw. Okay, she's changed, and she made a choice. She made a choice to find her joy. You gotta find your joy in or out of this business. If it is gardening or crocheting or sourdoughing or have havoc on your husband, like whatever
Smut
it
novels.
is. There you go. Smut novels. Your husband will love you for it. Okay. So I know you guys love Outlander and stuff. Like, I know, all right? Okay, it's a thing. But find joy. I had an incredible conversation with a retailer in January, and she made a choice to try to find something that she lost, and she found it, and you can see that her light changed, and she's feel brighter, and she stands more tall, and she stands more confident. And
Was it a Mary Kay suit jacket? Stop it, Sam.
she shows up, and I've seen that with Devin. And I want you to find that joy, whatever it is, because what happens is like it's a balance. It's going to trickle right into your business because when you show up with this energy, your business grows. You can't always, if you're in this lull, that energy is going to show up. You got to show that like life is grand, life is great. Have fun with it. Get creative. It's real. Right? Everyone's going through it.
And if you can't find the joy in your business, look at your life first.
Yeah.
Because if you're not a happy person, and it may not be that you're not happy at that, like, I'm not saying that you're a happy person in total, but you may not be happy in that moment. Because, like, sorry, dudes, we're going to talk about this. Mary Cobb and I had a conversation about it. It's called your Lula period. You know that moment? You know that moment when you're PMSing and you're like, I just hate everything?
Is that when I get those emails and text messages?
I'm pretty sure, like, every time Kenny sees my name on his phone, he just does, like, an internal sigh of, like, why? Just kidding. But, like, you know, those moments, like, and sometimes you just need to realize, like, ask yourself, is this something I can control? Is it a moment? Or is this becoming a habit? Because there have been, like, you guys remember Lindsay Wheeler talking about the BMW? Yes, 5 minutes with the BMW. So another analogy I heard of that was, it's okay to be salty, but don't sit in the brine so long you become a pickle.
Say that again. They need to write that down. Hold on.
Okay.
Write this down.
Get your pens out. Open those notebooks. You're going to put it up on your wall.
It's okay to be salty.
Stop. Pause. It's okay to be salty. Should we all say it together? 1, 2, 3. It's okay to be salty.
Yes. But don't sit in the brine so long you become a pickle.
So don't sit in the brine too long. Yeah.
That
you become a pickle.
Like, there's moments, like, you know, say, like, tomorrow, if there aren't enough Lins. Or if you're at the orchard while you're trying to order.
I guess we're all just pickles. I like being a pickle. I'm salty as fuck about lots and lots of things. And pickles are fucking yummy. I'm a pickle.
Just kidding.
No, there's
I
a
love you.
break. There's a break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
all
a break.
right, all right,
Yeah, it's during the break.
So, but, like, you know, so, like, you know, say you didn't get as many as you wanted. Like, you know what? That's okay. Have your 5 seconds. Find your circle. Vent to them. Your circle is not the retailer community, nor
Thank you.
is it Hive.
I just want to give her a crown. Your circle is not the retailer community. I think every MLM in the entire world needs that clipped so that they can hear that your people are not the MLM participants. It's not the retailer community. Your people are your people, separate. Giving her flowers for that, for sure. 100%. Millions of roses. Just for saying that.
Find your circle. Vent it out, and then I'm going to challenge you to turn around and do something good for someone else because it'll make you feel better.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Devin, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Give it up.
So, you guys, I'd love to leave you guys with a quote because my
another
daddy
quote. Write it
was
down.
one of the best people that I knew in this world. Was he perfect? No. But I feel like this is a quote that sums up this room and Lularoe. If a person's wealth is measured by their friends, I'm the richest person in the world.
Amen.
And I don't want to taint that quote because it came from her father. However, she just finished saying your circle is not the community of retailers, and then said that basically all of her friends are in this room. So a little bit of a contradiction at the end there. However, this felt like a very lighthearted, fun reaction, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty quick. I do have more Lularoe trainings that are a little more of what we usually react to that I will be getting around to. Just thought it'd be fun to throw it on here. If you haven't seen my Lularoe story, I will link that in the description. It was one of the first videos that I ever posted on my channel. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.
Someplace I could hide away. I feel like blessing my ride today. I feel like blessing my ride.